if here is A, that this side here is A, and this side happen to be B, and then the third side happen to be what? C. Now, the Pythagoras tells you that the length here, the longest side here, which is C squared, will have to be equal to the square of this side, A squared, plus here, B squared. This is the Pythagoras theorem. Anything else, everything you do on the Pythagoras theorem boils down to understanding this stuff. Now, that would mean that, for example, if A was, you could say 6 and B is equals to 8, and then you want to work out the length of C, then that's going to look like this. C squared is equals to A, and A here is 6. C squared plus B, correct, 8 squared. Good. So we need to simplify this to get to C. So here becomes still C squared, and 6 squared is good, and 8 squared, 64. Good. And of course, C squared still remains here on the left. And then if you add 36 and 64, 100. Now, C squared is 100. All right. You want to look at the C. So C will now have to be the square root of what? 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. So this simplifies for you the Pythagoras theorem. It always has to do with a rectangle triangle. So if here is 3 and here is 4, and they want you to work out x, remember that c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. Now I want you to figure out what is the size of x. The reason is because c here is x, so we'll represent here with x, and a squared is equals to a squared, which is 4 squared, add b, it is 3, that's 3 squared. So x squared is going to be 4 squared, 16, and add 9 squared, 9. So x squared is 60 plus 9, 25. And of course, if you want to pull that out, x will be the square root of 25, and that's the same thing as 5. Now, again, let's assume that this was that all in centimeter and x. So the question here is, what is the size of x? Can I do this with you, please? Good. So for this question, we want to look at the size for x. And again, you remember that this is the formula. C squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. Okay, good. All right, so we will look at it now. Since we know c squared, the c is the longer side, becomes x squared equals a squared. A is 6 plus b squared is what? 8 squared. And then, of course, if you want to simplify that, get x squared is equal to, now what is c squared and 8 squared? Oh, All right. Yeah, I would have to change this to say 9 centimeter, right? And that will have to change this 8 to 9 squared. So 9 squared is what? 81. Good. So again, we can simplify this in the next step. S squared is equals. Now, if you add these two numbers, what do you get? Good. And now, to get x, you have to square both sides, and that will be the square root of 117. Now, if you work this out, this definitely will give you a decimal number. What did you get? You got 10 point what? I mean, what was it? What was it on your calculator? No, just tell me, please. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right. So if you wrap this to one decimal place, that will be what? Centimeter. And that's correct to one decimal place. Correct. So x here is 15 centimeter. Very correct. 12.8 centimeter. That's correct. So you can always see that the longest side, okay, the length of the side that is longest is x. And it's always, the length is always longer than the other two sides. Let's say for this, 12.8, which is a bit bigger than this and then this side. So this is the way you solve a Pythagoras theorem. Now, sometimes you might be given the longer side, okay? You might just be given this side, which is the longer side, and then maybe this side is not given and this other side is given. So you will need to work out this. Yeah, but you can see my board, right? Yeah, I'm explaining something. Sometimes the longest side is given to you, and then you will be asked to work out this side. Or sometimes the longest side is also given to you again, and then probably you may be asked to find this side. Again, we'll use that same particular theory to see how we can get it done. All right, let's go. So here we have a particular rectangle triangle, and this side is 10. The longest side is always given to you, has now been given to you. And then probably this side, we don't know what side is this side, and maybe here is 8 centimeter. So you need to solve for x. And this is a particular theorem just to help us. C squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. Just want to put that in the block, just records. All right, good. So we have this question here, and we need to work out this side. 10 squared is equals to a squared. Yeah, for a, here is now x plus b squared. Here's b, and b is what? Good. So now, if you try to solve this, what's 10 squared? 100 s squared plus 64. So the x, so you have 100 take away 64 is equals to s squared. And if you take 64 from 100, what do you get? 36 is equals to s squared. So to get x, so to square both sides, square root both sides. So x definitely is 6 centimeter. I want you to notice the difference between this one and the one we've been doing because C here, the C is the longest part, and the C, this is the C here, which is 15 squared is equals to A squared, which is 9 squared, plus B, this is B, is you can see it now, okay, 9 squared plus S squared, and 15 squared is 225, equals 9 squared is 81, and of course you add S squared. From here, you subtract 81 both sides, so we have 225 take away 81 is equals to S squared. And if you take away this, you're definitely gonna have 144, and is equals to S squared. To the X, you square it to both sides,